students, myself Miss Rachna Jain, Associate Professor, Department of English, Government PG College, Rajgarh, Alwar. Today, in this video lecture, I am going to tell you the character sketch of Najib, the Wazir, in the court of Muhammad bin Tughlaq, in the play Tughlaq, written by Girish Karnad, which is in the syllabus of BA Part 3rd English Literature, Paper 1st, Unit B. Students, today's topic is character sketch of Najib the Wazir. This is my 5th video lecture on this topic. So, first point in the character sketch of Najib is his introduction. Najib is the Wazir of Muhammad bin Tughlaq as well as his close friend. He is a trusted guide and advisor, and when he is killed, the Sultan is deeply hurt. He is blamed for the misdeeds of king and is called his evil genius, but in reality, he is more sinned against than sinning. He does his duty and says what is right and proper at a particular moment. He is a politician holding an important and essential post in the court and is to be judged as such. Next characteristic of Najib is his faith in Islam. Najib was a Hindu, but he gave up Hinduism because Hinduism did not speak of salvation of society. It only talked of the soul, my individual soul, while a poor frenzied world screamed in agony around. So he became a Muslim. Islam is worried about this world, he said. It will bring the kingdom of heaven on earth. But I know now it wouldn't work. There is only the present moment and we must grasp it firmly. So he became a Muslim and gave up Hinduism. Compared with Barani, Najib is contrast to Barani. Barani is a historian. He is only interested in playing chess with the shadows of the dead. And Najib is a powerful politician. He wants pawn of flesh and blood. He doesn't have the patience to breathe life into dry bones. He needs Ayunul Mulk, Sheikh Imamuddin and Sahibuddin for that. To him, as to Aziz, politics is a whole new world. In politics, he sees his future. It is bread and butter to him. It is in his bloodstream. It is a beautiful world full of wealth, success, position and power. So he is totally against to Barani. Devil of a politician. Najib is a devil of a politician. To him, in politics, courage, honesty and justice are hollow words. They are not required in dealing with a political problem. Imamuddin to him is a traitor and so is Ayunul Mulk. The Sultan has already made a plan to meet Ayunul Mulk and deal with the Sheikh. Najib suggests that he has a striking resemblance to the Sultan. The Sultan is startled at this hint and stares at Najib and slowly says, "You are a devil, Najib. Good, we will think about that." And the Sultan hatches a plan to persuade the Sheikh to go to Ayunul Mulk as his envoy. The Sultan first arranges a meeting for the Sheikh to address, but none comes to listen to him. The people take him to be spy of the Sultan. His popularity is thus ended. When the Sheikh is face to face with the enemy and calls them, the Sultan's trumpeter sounds the charge. The battle is on. Arrows pour into the sheikh, and the enemy is convinced that the Sultan is dead, and they pursue the Sultan's men. They walk right into the trap. It is the bloodiest massacre, and the Sultan wins. Sultan begins the battle not Ayunul Mulk. He make good use of Sheikh's resemblance with him. His political principles. Najib's principle is a traitor is a traitor, friend or saint, and he must be crushed. Sahibuddin has joined the rebel armies and has made a plan to murder the Sultan at prayer. Najib gets a letter from Ratan Singh disclosing the entire conspiracy, and Shahibuddin is stabbed by the Sultan himself, who cries in anguish, "Why must this happen, Barani? Are all those I trust condemned to go down in history as traitors?" Najib suggests to Sultan that Shihabuddin's father should not know the reality. This incident should be kept a secret, and so he says, "I am afraid we will have to hang everyone who was here, even the Hindu guards. They remained loyal to your majesty, but they have seen it all and are bound to talk. It does mean more corpses, but then that will only make the show more impressive." So he has a very cruel political principles. His perfect system of espionage. Najib, like a true politician, suspects everyone. He is suspicious by nature, and fortunately his duty also demands it of him. He says, "It is my job to be suspicious, and I cannot exempt anyone from it, not even the Sultan." Through his spies, he comes to know of anything and everything that is going to happen. He knows all about the movements of those who are attached to or are against the Sultan. Barani was once present in the meeting when Imamuddin was disparaging the Sultan as anti-Muslim, a disgrace to Islam, and charging him with patricide and the fratricide. Najib comes to know it and to put Barani in an embarrassing situation. He asks him in the presence of Sultan about Imamuddin. He asked, "And what else?" He says, "You may ask Barani." And Muhammad Sultan says, "So you have heard him, Barani. What is he like? Is it true he looks like me?" Barani is fluttered and begs forgiveness of Sultan and says that he doesn't like being spied upon. The reply of Najib is, "It is my job to know. That's why I asked you to come here with me now." Not a flatterer. The stepmother of Sultan and Barani think that Najib is a yes man of the Sultan, and he caters to his whims and impulsive nature. But he has his own convictions, and at times he disagrees with the Sultan's doings. Like a very loyal adviser, he is very unhappy at the Sultan's treating Ayulun Mulk kindly and setting him free after he is caught in the battle. He frankly tells the Sultan, "I hate to say anything critical on this happy occasion, Your Majesty, but that would be really testing another torch into the chaos at Awadh." He also disapproves the orders of the Sultan after the murder of Shihabuddin. "There will be no more praying in the kingdom, Najib. Anyone caught praying will be severely punished. Henceforth, the moment of prayer will witness my streets in silence and leave without a trace." Then Najib suggests Sultan, but that would only be playing into the hands of ulemas, Your Majesty. I suggest we say there will be no more prayers till Ghiyasuddin, the descendant of Caliphs, visits us. God alone knows when he will come. Besides, it will make such beautiful paradox. Conclusion. The stepmother gets him killed. She considers Nazib to be the evil genius of the Sultan. She happily tells Sultan, I am glad Nazib's death. He was leading you astray. It is because you wouldn't trust anyone as much as him that the kingdom is in this state. Ulemas are against you, the noblemen are against you, the people hate you. It is all his work. I am glad he is dead. He should have died a long time ago. The Sultan is very much impressed by his loyalty to the throne. His death is an irreparable loss to him. He sends his stepmother to death when he comes to know that she is responsible for Najib's murder. She is to be stoned to death as an adulteress. So Najib is very important character in the play Tughlaq. He is Wazir, a great advisor, a great admirer of Sultan. He has a great faith in Islam. He is against Barani. He is a great politician and also has the political principles. He has a very perfect system of espionage and he was not a flatterer. He can dare to tell the truth to Sultan. So in short, he is very important character in the play and his character sketch is very important for the coming examination. Thank you for listening to my presentation. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.